All right, Steve, good morning, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, trying to get awake this morning, bro.
Same here. All right, so this is going to be our third day, technically, turkey hunting. What we got today, we're going to do another day of public land, kind of run and gunning. Steve's got a good idea of where we want to go. The biggest focus today is going to be locating and just trying to get a turkey to gobble. Steve has some really good news on the temperature and weather. What's that?
Well, our barometric pressure's up some.
Yes, sir. So
It's,
you're always talking, it needs to be above 30.
It is, and first time we've got to go out. That
It's been above 30, yeah. So.
And they really and truly have not. This is right here.
Where we? Well, I know it's going to be very warm today. It's already 60 degrees. I know I got my jacket on. I'm about to burn up in my jacket.
The wind's 5 mile an hour.
Hey, there we go. Thank Jesus.
Yeah. And
it's already 30.07.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's on the upswing, looks like. So, the idea is, I thought we'd go to that little place we tried the other day that we'd seen some turkeys at the end across the road. And we remember that?
I do.
And we set up in that little grassy spot next to the woods.
That's a good idea. Guys, stay with us and we'll get going there.
We can hear something gobble.
Absolutely. Love it. Steve, what's the plan? Are we just listening for birds? So we tried our first spot. Again, you guys saw we're sitting there listening for birds. The morning birds came out. We didn't hear a gobble. Now we didn't try to shot gobble or anything. We're listening for natural gobbles because again, these birds are pressured. They're you don't want to. If there is one there, you don't want to scare it. But we're just listening for natural things. So we're heading to our second spot, and this is going to be you guys. When you start hunting public land, it's turkey population's going down. It's not going to be an easy venture, but that's why we do things. We don't do things because they're easy. We do things because they're challenging, because they're hard and they're fun. So we're going to our second spot. Stay with us, see if we get anything. Down up here to the right. We're sitting in the blind in the chairs that he's talking about. Here's the blind that we can move. We've got decoys from our buddy Mike Henson set up there. So hopefully we'll get us a bird to gobble here in a little bit. Steve's gonna start calling in just a little bit, see if we can get something to answer to us. else other than that right now.
I ain't even seen a squirrel.
I know, I haven't seen a squirrel either.
It's been really a weird morning.
It has been weird. It has been a weird morning. All right, guys. Sorry, we were joking about a few things. Anyway, so this is our third time out. We on some public land, then we went on some private land, and really the biggest things, we didn't see anything. And we heard one hen a few times, and just not a whole lot. That seems to be a reoccurring event the last couple of weeks we've gone out. What do you think about all this?
Well, can you see behind us here at our place?
Yeah.
I always see birds here. In fact, I caught some birds and turned them loose here.
Right.
And generally, I'll take a bird or two here.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Absolutely.
But I'm trying to say is, I've seen one hen all year, and this is relatively private property.
Right.
In the area here, it must be a whole lot worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, because they've changed, TWRA's changed it this year and said they can only do one tom and one jake, so 2 birds total, and that is cutting it in half. And it honestly seems the only people that I've seen kill birds personally, there's a feller that's only got private property, and there's really just birds on that, and there's not a lot of people that hunt anywhere close to where he's at. And then another guy that got one out in Oak Ridge, and that's really all I've seen posted on social media. At least where we're at, we're here, in East Tennessee. So I'm not 100. This is my first year trying, and I sure picked a year, it seems like. But it really seems like across the country too, is the bird numbers are not doing great, and I don't understand why. What do you think a reason why is?
Well, we didn't have the raccoons we got now.
That's true.
And used to, it's like the quail, where did they go? I mean, the vegetation was left around the fence rows for quail. And I think the hawks and the owls and all that, they wear
they're wearing them out.
The young birds out of any kind. But mainly, I think that what a lot's happened is that in places that you can hunt, it's been really overhunted.
Yeah.
And in this area here, we got a lot of people moving here from other places.
Absolutely.
And I'm good for that in some ways, but they come with different ideas than you and I do.
Absolutely.
And they have a way of putting feeders out.
Yes. And we ran into that the first day.
Absolutely. Heard bird gobbling when we got to it. Well, here we are on private property, and right here is public. I mean,
literally public, like standard. Everybody knows public property, and the guy had a feeder not 50 yards away from the line of public property.
Well, one of them was bumped up to it.
Yeah.
He had 2 feeders.
So
that is one thing. Another thing, and what a lot of people don't understand, that feeding is one thing, but when you set it up where they eat out of the same food bowl, then you're passing on diseases from deer, and so I don't know if the total answer, but I know they cut it in half.
Right.
And one thing that's making it tough is this year. This is
so you said they're cut in half.
they've cut the limit, you know, in half, but the season, you know, we started the middle of April when the season opened. Right. And usually it's the end of March, the last week of March or very first like day of April. So basically 2 weeks. And this year is like it's been strange. I mean, we had all. Have you ever seen the dogwoods and red butts and all those things that usually in the middle peak? It was blooming.
February.
Yeah.
That's when my peach tree bloomed, was in February. So, and it doesn't usually bloom till mid-March.
See, and I don't know. And then we had that freeze.
So we don't know if it could have killed off their food supply, all that. Who knows?
Well, I'm talking about what's coming up. This mash, I think affected this mash of this past year, but I'm talking about what we've had this year, the strain that comes fall. We may not have a mash crop.
That'd be bad.
I mean, we may not, because come out, bloom too soon. You know, that's right. You just talk about your garden.
Yeah.
I would wait till after Mother's Day put my garden in, because I'm considering this, you know.
Right.
But there's a lot of people put out earlier. It was covered up. So that's a strange, but today, there's 2 or 3 things going on. I mean, I know that if I hadn't had some things in my life right now, I'd killed a couple birds. I would have been limited out. But I've had things that I need prayer for out there right now that's going on in my life. And thinking of Mother's Day, I need prayer for that direction. It's causing a direction that I don't know what the Lord's going to lead that way. The other thing is, you and I do this on Wednesday.
Yep.
And there's been a Wednesday there or so that you couldn't do.
Absolutely.
But Wednesday has been the only day, and I set aside this day to go with you.
Yeah.
Like I told you, it's kind of like take my son hunting. But, you know, I set aside to do that. But it depends on what kind of good day you're going to have.
Exactly.
And I'm talking about when we left here this morning, I thought, man, this is the day.
This is the day, right.
And had a game plan that I felt like we probably would kill a bird, at least work a bird.
The worst.
And I'm telling you, we did not hear a crow that make a sound till almost 8:30.
Yeah, it was wild. And so, you got no explanation for it. I mean, but
didn't see a squirrel.
Didn't see a squirrel till 9:30.
No, nothing.
So
and it was beautiful. We had low wind. The barometer was high, what you wanted, rising. Nothing.
So, like, on paper, perfect day, and it doesn't. And we say all this to say, you guys are going to run into these days too, where it's like everything's perfect and you just don't get anything, and that's part of hunting, and that's what we want to say. So, but we're going next couple of weeks we plan on going up and doing some fishing as well, doing some squirrel hunting and getting some game on camera, and we can't wait again. But we love you. We appreciate all our subscribers watching. For Turkey Man, this is T-Carp signing out. We love you. See y'all.
Hey, you're not as big a guy as I thought you were.
Hey, wait now. What's going on there?